Hi, Minnesota. This is Christy Thompson with Christie Legal, divorce and child custody paralegal and mediator. And today, as usual, I am talking about divorce. And but I have a new professional with me, Dr. Asia King, and she can tell you folks a lot more about herself in a few minutes. She is a counseling psychologist. So let's talk about a few divorce things. And again, if you have any questions about the legalities of divorce or mental health and divorce, please either put them in the chat or you can message them to me through Facebook Messenger, or you can text them to me 651 775 7899. So when folks divorce, the first thing that you do is you divide the assets. And in order to do that, first you have to value the assets. And so we're going to put a value on all the real estate property, businesses, retirement accounts, and investment accounts, bank accounts, all the stuff in the house and the garage, all the automobiles. And to value those items, I am sometimes going to bring in professionals to do that. So, like the house, we're going to bring in a real estate agent, or if you folks would like, you will each get a value for the house from a real estate agent, or an appraisal will be done by the mortgage lender. And, with automobiles, Kelley Blue Book, or another way that you folks agree on, your investment accounts, your financial advisor, or you could use the statements that you folks receive for the financial accounts. And so after we value all the assets, then we're going to create a marital asset spreadsheet. And so we're going to have, in one column, one person, one column, the other person, and then all the various types of assets. And then we are going to total up each person's assets. And we are going to hold off on dividing the equity in the home if there's a home to see how all the other assets shake out in dividing. Ahead of time, if there's a home involved, we are going to want to make sure that if someone would like to stay in that home, that they qualify to refinance that mortgage, as well as possibly pay out the other person some of the equity in that home. And so it won't be just refinancing the mortgage, it'll be refinancing the mortgage amount plus 50,000 or 20,000 or however much equity in the home that the parties decide the other person is going to receive. And so as you can see, there's a lot of moving pieces, even with just dividing the assets. And then we divide the debts, and debts are divided based on ability to pay, which basically means whoever earns more pays more. You folks could agree to divide them otherwise, but that's the rule of law in Minnesota. And that includes everything. If there are student loans that were accrued during the marriage, credit card debt, medical debt, loans for anything, and if you owe income taxes to the IRS or the Minnesota Department of Revenue, we need to handle that so that doesn't become a problem for both of you folks post-divorce. And if there are children involved, then we're going to create a child custody and parenting time schedule. We're going to figure out how the medical and dental insurance premiums will be paid moving forward, and all of the co-payments and deductibles for the children's medical, mental, and dental health care. And we're going to handle holidays, vacations, all of the special things that are involved when you're sharing children. And then we're going to, do a few little additional financial things like how you folks are going to claim your income taxes this year, who's going to claim the kids as an income tax deduction moving forward. Yeah. with the kids, there are a lot of fine details that need to be worked out as far as how you folks are going to co-parent moving forward. I'm going to make some suggestions on agreements you folks should reach that would be in the best interests of your kids and yourselves, because you want divorce and child custody case documents that are going to serve you not just for to get you divorced, but for the next however many years you folks have to share the children together. So that's just like a little synopsis of how divorce works. And I don't see any questions for me. And let me double check my cell phone here. Nope, no questions anywhere for me. And so then let's just transition over to Dr. Asia. And Dr. Asia, if you could introduce yourself and then tell people some things that they should know to protect their mental health when they are divorcing. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Asia. I am a counseling psychologist here in Minnesota. I have over 25 years of experience in the mental health world. And I particularly specialize in helping professionals who are navigating burnout, loneliness, and feeling disconnected within and outside of their work. And one of the topics that I work with when I'm talking with high functioning professionals are the issues of relationships. So many people really try to bypass their professional life with their personal life when really they kind of are enmeshed, especially when you are going through a divorce. And so that can really play into a lot of things when you're going through this major life transition, not just personally, but also professionally. So I've helped professionals deal with this realm of their life and how it plays into both worlds. And so one of the things that we talk about when it comes to wellness and this major life transition of a divorce is understanding that it's not just a legal process. This is an emotional, psychological, relational, financial, and identity based transition. And so, even when a divorce is necessary, healthy, chosen, it can still activate grief, fear, shame, anger, loneliness, rejection, and uncertainty. Many people underestimate how deeply divorce impacts their nervous system, their sense of safety, their self worth, parenting, identity, and social life, and even future planning because you don't know what that's going to look like. Divorce is sometimes a slow moving process that unfolds itself. And so you're not always able to predict what may happen. You may have wonderful attorneys, such as Christie, but you still don't prepare for how it's going to play into your identity and your life because this is a new norm. I've worked with people who have been married for 2 years up to 20 years. And depending on how the relationship was, how you really had identity within the relationship, it can really impact your mental health. So, a few things that we want to just note in this process is starting to understand a reframe. Divorce is not only the ending of a marriage, it's also the ending of a shared future, a role, a routine, and sometimes a version of yourself that you thought you had. So many people I work with have their identity tied to their husband, their wife, their partner, their kids, and the schedules and what a life they've built together. And so we want to really start with understanding how are we looking at this new life? Um, Before a divorce is filed or finalized, many people have already been building emotional grief for many months and years. So there's already kind of that pre stuff that's happening before we get to what we call the big bang. So that might be, emotional exhaustion, even wondering if you made the right decision, fear of hurting the children, shame about what may have come about to the divorce, resentment of years of needs not being met, loneliness within the marriage, or sometimes confusion where there's love, there can be anger, there can be sadness, there could be relief and fear. Two things can be true at the same time. So many people think that the divorce starts with the paperwork, but emotionally, the divorce begins long before that. And so this part can be draining because you're going back and forth within yourself, asking questions. Did I try hard enough? Am I giving up? Can I can I survive financially? Christy, you just brought up a great point. Having to reassess all the assets and what does it mean to be financially independent, because we know sometimes one partner might be making more than the other. Or sometimes both of them are depending on each other. One thing that we saw during COVID was relationships deteriorating, but there was a struggle of separating because of financial strain. So even wanting to get out of the relationship and find an amicable way to separate and end it can be difficult in itself. So we want to start to just notice all of that, right? Because this is not something people usually plan for. I'm going to get married to get divorced. um, Somebody once told me that when we think about our partners, we don't want to plan for the wedding, we want to plan for the future. And so sometimes we don't even see ourselves getting a divorce, and so it can really take a toll on our mental health. So some things I want us to notice: are you struggling with rumination? Just going over and over and over the fights or the arguments or how you weren't heard? Any sleep disturbances? Any depression? Because maybe you were already struggling with mental health prior to this point, and now it has created more tension within yourself. Any emotional numbing, irritability, difficulty concentrating, or even just feeling trapped or frozen. Christy, I'm sure you've seen plenty of times where you're asking, the parties to do certain things, and there's just like this stop where they won't get the information in, or they won't, answer, and sometimes they just go mute, right? And so, what I encourage anybody that is going through a separation or a divorce is to seek mental help. Seek mental help. You don't have to go through this alone. It is a very trying process, it is a very emotional process. And within the therapeutic focus, what we'll do is we'll start to clarify values, identify patterns, separating fear from wisdom, reducing shame, really start to talk in truth. Because when we work in anxiety and the unknown, our mind does this thing of wanting to keep us safe. And so what it'll do is it'll start to make up stories. It'll start to exaggerate moments that maybe were a thing, but it becomes bigger. And when you're left alone, maybe you don't have communication with your partner anymore. Maybe you don't have the family support anymore. And so this kind of leaves a danger zone for issues that may be minor to become bigger, or maybe they're already significant, but they just feel massive to hold. And so we really want to start working on, not right away fixing, but starting to name our world, normalize the experience, build some safety planning in case if there are some intense feelings of wanting to harm self or others, and explore the relationship, whether it was unhealthy, unsafe, or just simply no longer viable. So I want to just take a pause here and just kind of see, Chrissy, are there any questions? Are there anybody that wants to ask anything? I know I'm giving out a lot of information right now.
Yes, and I appreciate all of it. And I mean, you're doing even more than I ever imagined. So you're like hitting so many key points. Like I haven't been divorced, but I had a separation from someone who I was engaged to late last year. And I'm like, whoa, yep, I felt like that. And I felt like that. And I felt like that. And and
Hmm.
yep, I had to do that with my mind and that and that. And so it's all been awesome information. And one thing that I put in the chat that you said is our mind wants to keep us safe, so it will sometimes make up things. And can you tell us a little more about that?
Absolutely, absolutely. So what happens sometimes is, especially when we are drifting apart, um, if communication already wasn't sufficient in the relationship, um, what our nervous system and our brain tends to do is it fills its own gaps. And so what it'll do is it'll start to fill in information that wasn't there. There's no evidence, there's no proof, but it has to be this. So, for instance, uh, deal with couples who are separated and divorced because of cheating, right? And so maybe there is evidence of cheating. Maybe there isn't evidence of cheating. One way or another, what happens is that when you already feel like something is wrong and you don't have all the information, your brain fills in the gaps for that naturally. Oh, they didn't come home because they were with them. Oh, they didn't pick up because they were out doing this. That may be true. It may not be true. But you sit and you ruminate and you just kind of chew on that information until ultimately, in worst case scenarios, is all you can think about, is all you can do. And, you know, I've seen where it has really taken people to very low states of mental health depletion and deteriorating because you're just trying to find that level of safety in knowing or proving what the system feels is happening. And even sometimes when you get the truth, it doesn't even really alleviate it. It just might actually heighten what you felt was already wrong. So now you're flooded with all this shame and guilt and just horrible ickiness that happens inside. And once again, if you're not, in some type of support in this major transition of your life and you're left alone, it just leaves more room for internal chaos.
Yep. And you're not lying about that because I know that I had a lot more chaos going in my brain until I reached out to a friend who's a life coach and yeah, and I didn't need to take it beyond there, but
Yeah, yeah,
I'm very grateful to her.
yeah, yeah.
And there aren't any questions as of now. And so, how about could you tell us, after the divorce or separation, if the people weren't married, um, you know, what are some things that we should be doing afterwards?
Afterwards, what we should be doing is um, really acknowledging that there is harm and hurt that you're experiencing. Trying to push it away and acting like it's not there does not help. Because at the end of the day, the body keeps score. And so it recognizes like this is a major hurt for us. Hey, what's happening? The schedule has changed. We're out the house. We're not seeing the kids, etc., etc. So your body is going to give you signs and symptoms to let you know that it is in distress. And we do not want to ignore that distress. Okay? The body lets us know if there is a threat. And that threat is this situation. So What happens now is we want to be able to notice, is there a tightness in the chest? We want to be able to notice the physical aspects of what's occurring. Tightness in the chest, stomach pain, racing thoughts, difficulty breathing, anger surges, crying spells, etc. The nervous system moves between fight, flight, and freeze responses. And so we want to just acknowledge and give truth that you're not overreacting. You're not overreacting. This is not something you should be doing alone. I have people who have been divorced 5 years, 7 years, and they're still grieving the loss. So, what we want to do is acknowledge that we're not overreacting. Our body is responding to loss and instability and rejection and possible betrayal. And so some things that you can do right away is, you know, your breath. When you feel that tightness in your system and it just feels like the world is closing in on you, you want to hold for the count of 4 and release for the count of 4 and hold at the bottom of your breath for the count of 4. So it's a 4 by 4 by 4 breath. And so you're taking 4 deep breaths in, hold for 4 seconds, release for 4 seconds, hold at the bottom of your breath for 4 seconds. And you use that breath until you can get to your next thing. When the divorce is occurring and it's finally happening, sometimes it is day by day, moment by moment, hour by hour. And that's okay. We think about this also as in if you've ever lost a loved one to death, you don't bounce back from that right away. Sometimes it takes a month, 6 months, a year, a couple of years. And so the real truth to start in this process is giving truth to what you're experiencing and stop denying that I'm not okay. I'm not okay. We definitely don't want to lean into more substances. So we don't want to lean into drinking. We don't want to lean into drugs. We don't want to lean into more stuff, more people, more sex, more work, more. We don't want to lean into more destructive things to distract. Because ultimately, even with those entities coming in, it still won't take away the pain. The only way to deal with this is not under it, not around it, not over it, but through it. You got to work through the pain. So we want to try meditation. We want to try, and I'm always going to be an advocate for mental health practitioners because, you know, even if this is your second divorce, third divorce, it's not always easy. But if this is your first divorce, you want to get the most support. Emotional labeling is important, somatic awareness, journaling, making sure your sleep is definitely intact, and also limiting emotionally charged communication. Because what couples try to do during the divorce process is keep going over that cycle of arguments that got you here in the first place. We're still trying to hash it out, even when a decision has been made. And what happens is that keeps you in a very unhealthy cycle and a loop that never gets resolved. So it keeps your nervous system activated, of always feeling in danger. At some point, we want to work towards that acceptance and disconnect. I want to pause here for a moment.
Oh, it's awesome. And I particularly like how you compared divorce to a death
Hmm.
because, divorce or the separation when you've been with someone for a long time, especially if you have a child together, it's a death of a relationship.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so you go through much of the same grieving as you would for someone passing. I have had two family members pass, and so I know a lot about that. And and yeah, it's a lot of the same ruminations and sometimes feeling guilty about things and wondering about the future and just it is extremely parallel and it's so important to get mental health help. After my late husband passed, my kids and I went to counseling and and you know and we have used many counselors, many types of counseling and many therapeutic interventions and yeah. And, divorce for some people can be just as damaging as someone passing. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's the equivalent. In fact, they say a breakup is the equivalent of a car accident. Your brain treats it as a traumatic event. And so it believes that it is once again in danger. There is a threat. And if I can just personally share, I have been divorced. I've been divorced since 2013. And that process was very difficult because nobody ever plans to be a single parent. Nobody ever plans to live life alone or to have to get back out there at some point in time to find another partner. Or it's hard out here in these dating streets, you know. so and so you think about all
You
of
are
that.
not lying about that.
It's hard out here in these dating streets. And so there was a point for a long time when I grieved the decision to divorce. And I blamed myself for a lot of things because I wasn't in a healthy space to be married at the time. I'm not this I wasn't the wonderful woman you see before today that knows how to take breath, right? So, you know, when you're with somebody, you're growing up with them. And you know, you may date somebody for a while, but you don't know fully that person until certain situations arise. And even when you do, people change all the time. And so we really struggled. But one thing we did was I found us because I just had to know why. I had to figure out why I couldn't get it right, why I was behaving the way I was in the marriage. And so I found us a post divorce therapist. And so after the divorce was already done, we went to therapy and just figured out that there was a lot of trauma that we were both carrying that we had not resolved. Um, and it also helped to relieve me of any um, regret that I was holding for ending the relationship. And so it helped us to be better co parents. It helped us to figure out, like, was there a chance to make it work? And it was like, no, no, it's okay. But it also helped us to work through um, the loops that we were caught in, that cycle of blaming. Um, and then also it helped for us to be able to hold like our own emotional space of what we were experiencing. So now when we're frustrated with each other, which still happens, Being able to say, you know what, I'm not feeling this conversation right now. I need to leave it alone. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. So, actually, his birthday is tomorrow, so I will be contacting my ex-husband and say, "Hey, happy birthday! How you doing?" But it just really helped us to figure out what was wrong. You know, figure out what was wrong, because I do genuinely believe that not everybody marries to divorce, but it does happen. So when it does, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you're not lovable. It does not mean that you can't find love one day. Sometimes it just simply means that what was well intended, we need a little bit more nurturing internally ourselves for us to get that piece of our life. So I really encourage couples, like, let's stop pointing the finger at each other and start looking internally on what we need to have to show up fully healthy and mature for the next relationship. So,
Oh my gosh, that is so wonderful to hear because um I often tell people that first marriages are 60% likely to end, second 70%, and third and beyond 80% likely to end. And so
mm,
everybody always says, "Well, why is that?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not a psychologist, but I've like read a lot of psychology blogs and stuff. And I've come up with the fact that people don't work on themselves. And so then they just keep repeating the same mistakes. But you're telling me that you had post-divorce therapy, and one of the things that helped you do is improve your own mental health. And oh my gosh, like if everybody did that, then they wouldn't be divorcing two, three, four times, um, because they'd be improving themselves, which then makes them better able to pick a new partner. Um, yeah.
yeah. Because we have to think about, relationships. How do you even know to be in a relationship? 90% of the time, 99% of the time, you learn how to be in relationships because of your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, and your uncles. Those are the first teachers, right? And TV. There's no class that teaches you on how to be married. I mean, they have coaching classes, from the church, and now you got to pay thousands of dollars to go to these premarital things. But really, the ingrained essence of being together and being with others comes from your family and your community. So then when you get married off of the patterns that were taught to you. And so I had to understand that a lot of my relationship coaching came from my mom and my dad, who also divorced. My dad remarried and he's still married today, but that came at a cost. My mom's in a relationship and she's doing well, but I'm seeing now as an adult, wait a minute. What I thought was normal really isn't normal. Y'all are just staying because you don't want to be alone or it's convenient or like, wait a minute. So now having to reteach myself and unlearn unhealthy patterns comes with that self work. So I would encourage, yes, at the beginning, you're definitely going to be going over what happened. Why did this happen? Why did they leave me? They abandoned me. They did this, they did that. Working through that emotional pain is absolutely necessary. And taking it slow, giving yourself patience, a lot of mercy, a lot of grace, a lot of time. A lot of time. A lot of people want to rush through the healing process. And I tell people from the very beginning, I am not here to make the pain go away. That's not the promise. The promise is to sit with you while you deal with the pain and we work through it session by session. And in between sessions, you're doing assignments to help nurture the nervous system as it is pivoting out of this emotional space. That's the promise.
Yeah, that is wonderful, wonderful stuff. And I, can't tell you how valuable mental health therapy has been for me and my children after my late husband passed. And and then when my long-term engagement relationship ended at the end of last year, so helpful. And and so again, Dr. Asia King, everybody. And Dr. Asia, how can people reach out to you? And I will put this in the chat as well and in the post, but how would you best like them to reach out to you?
Absolutely. If you yourself are finding yourself in a space of having to part, and you're trying to figure that out, you can reach me at my email, bravedefiancellc@gmail.com. That's BRAVE, Defiance, DEFIANCELLC at gmail.com. Or you can contact my business line, which is 612-470-1783. That's 612-470-1783. And we can do a consultation. I'll send a link to you, which will ask you a series of questions of what kind of support do you need, and we'll go from there. But take the first step to help yourself. It's going to be okay. It is, but only if you allow yourself to be okay. And it takes a deep sense of vulnerability and just knowing that you didn't fail, but this was just another part of life that is meant to make you better and hopefully not bitter.
Ooh, oh my gosh, do I like that? Better not bitter, because let me tell you, folks, getting back to the legal stuff, if you are bitter when you are divorcing, it's going to cost you anywhere from 2 to 5 times as much to get divorced. So there's another reason to work on your mental health during the divorce process is it's going to cost you way less to divorce if you can be at least a little better and way less bitter. You're going to be able to work with someone like me who works with both people instead of having to lawyer up and pay each lawyer $300+ an hour and have 50 billable hours per person and 4 court hearings over 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
do you really want that? No, no, you don't.
No,
So work on your mental health so that the legal process will be better and your mind will be better and your pocketbook will be better.
there you go. We want to operate not in a sense of power and control. We want to operate in a sense of freedom, reset, and a reframe.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today, Dr. Asia.
Thank
And
you for
Dr.
having me.
Asia's contact information will be in the post shortly. And we both offer free consultations. And we hope that everyone in Minnesota has a great rest of this kind of foggy, blah spring day. But hey, it's not snowing.
There you go. I'll take this over snow and sleet any day.
Right? We are in
Yeah.
Minnesota. It could snow.
No, don't say that, Christy.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Protecting.
I know.
Okay. Everybody have a great rest of your day. And thank you so
Bye.
much.
Have a great day. Thank you.